आ हे गोपीनाथ गोपीनाथ मम निवेदना शृणु गोपीनाथ मम निवेदना शृणु विषयी दुर्जना सदकामरता विषयी दुर्जना सदकामरता किछु नाही मोरा गुना गोपीनाथ किछु नाही मोरा गुना अमर भरोसा तुमी गोपीनाथ अमर भरोसा तुमी न जानी भक्ति कर्म जड़ा माते न जानी भक्ति न जानी भक्ति अमर भरोसा तुमी गोपीनाथ अमर भरोसा तुमी तोमार चरणे लैनु शरण तोमार चरणे लैनु शरण गोपीनाथ तोमार गीत गोपीनाथ के मन शोधिबे मोरे गोपीनाथ के मन शोधिबे मोरे ना जानी भक्ति कर्म जड़ा माते न जानी भक्ति कर्म जड़ा माते न जानी भक्ति कर्म जड़ा माते न जानी भक्ति कर्म जड़ा माते पड़े संसार घोरे गोपीनाथ पड़े संसार घोरे गोपीनाथ सकली तोमार माया गोपीनाथ सकली तोमार माया नाही मम बल ज्ञान सो निर्मला नाही मम बल ज्ञान सो निर्मला स्वाधनी काया गोपीनाथ स्वाधीन नियत चरण मागे पामर कंदिया कंदिया मागे पामर कंदिया कंदिया मागे पामर कंदिया कंदिया मागे करो हे करुणा दाना गोपीनाथ करो हे करुणा दाना गोपीनाथ तुमी तो सकली पारो गोपीनाथ तुमी तो सकली पारो दुर्जन तारी ते तुम्हार शक्ति दुर्जन तारी ते दुर्जन तारी ते तुम्हार शक्ति दुर्जन तारी ते तुम्हार शक्ति के अच्छे पापी रया गोपीनाथ के अच्छे पापी रया गोपीनाथ तुम्ही कृपा परवारा गोपीनाथ तुम्ही कृपा जीवेर कारणे आसिया प्रपंचे जीवेर कारणे आसिया प्रपंचे नील कैले सुविस्तार गोपीनाथ नील कैले सुविस्तार गोपीनाथ आमी की दोषेरा दोषी गोपीनाथ आमी की दोषी सकल पाइलो चरण असुर सकल पाइलो चरण विनोद थाकिलो बसी राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ ओ जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ today Anand Prabhu will start speaking, then I will take over.
Pandit ji,
Varmala pehna rahe?
Yes. Pandit ji.
Wow, beautiful garland. Who made this?
Chanchal made it.
And Kumari, we both did.
Okay, incorporation.
Yes, it is good.
Very nice. Beautiful. Thank you.
First place.
So, Anand Prabhu? Please. No, please. Yes.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृन्दायै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरवृन्द। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण।
प्रभु जी थोड़ा सा
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई ऑफर माय
आगे हो जाए। Next to Jagdish. Yes.
First of all, I offer my obeisances to my Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Stokarata, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. I also offer my obeisances to Sripad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj and all Vaishnavis. Maharaj ji has put me on spot.
That's the best spot.
But today is a very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of Sri Rāmānujācārya, who is the Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. So I just thought of sharing few pastimes of Sri Rāmānujācārya. So Rāmānujācārya was born in the family, Brahmin family in Chennai, current Chennai, and his father's name was Keshav Pandit, and mother's name, I can't remember the mother's name, but he was born in a Brahmin family, and he was very intelligent and always attached to Bhagwan's name and Bhagwan's Leela. And the most important qualification he had is he was pretty much inclined for Vaishnava Sevas. So in their town, because he was born in a Brahmin family, so at that time, in Kali Yuga, maybe around 500 years back or so, so that time this Varnashram Dharma and this Jati Vichar was too prominent. But even during that time, there was a disciple of Sri Rāmānujācārya, who was a great devotee of Bhagavan, and he used to serve Varadraj in Kanchipur, and he used to visit their town where Rāmānujācārya used to stay, and Rāmānujācārya always used to serve him and always used to hear Hari Katha from him, and that's how he got attached and affinity towards Krishna Bhakti or towards Narayan Bhakti. He was more into Narayan Bhakti. So he got attached, and one day his parents were not at home, and when Kanchipur came there, he called him home and served him prasad and do a lot of seva. So looking at it, Kanchipur was surprised, and he told, because Kanchipur was not Brahmin, and still Lakshman, his name was Lakshman, because when he was about to born, his mother's brother, Shailpurna was also a disciple of Yamunacharya. And Shailpurna, when he was born, his mother called him for his birth chart, and looking at the birth chart, he said that he has all the qualifications of Lakshmana, who is the brother of Rama. So we should name him Lakshmana, and they named him Lakshmana. So Lakshman was always attached towards Vaishnava Seva, and that is the biggest qualification, because even Srila Prabhupada used to say that how do we qualify Vaishnavas? So we can qualify Vaishnavas, the one who has more affinity and more attitude towards service of Vaishnavas, he is the great Vaishnava. So that qualification was seen in Lakshmana since his birth. And he served Kanchipur very well, and he asked, actually you are Brahmin and still you are serving me, which means you really have a qualification. But Lakshmana replied, I don't believe in this caste system, because I know Vaishnavas have no caste. All Vaishnavas are Bhagavan's servants. So I don't think that who is Brahman or who is Vaishya. So I want to serve you as Lord's servant. And that made impression in Kanchipurna's mind. Because it is said in Shastras also, Vipra Kshatriya Vaishyascha Guravaha Shudra Janmanam. Shudrascha Guravastesham Trayanam Bhagavatriya. So Vipra is Brahman, Kshatriya or Vaishya, can be Guru for Shudra. But the Shudra who is devotee of Bhagavan, he can be Guru of everybody. And the same way Lakshman was treating Kanchipur, and he served him with his loving affection, and Kanchipur got attached with Lakshmana. And later on, of course, he left the place and then he continued his service. It's a long story how he progressed, but then later on he was always looking for Guru, and there was one that time he was kind of Mayavadi, but he was known Guru in Kanchipur. His name was Yadavacharya. So Lakshman went to take Diksha from Yadavacharya, and then Yadavacharya, he was not real devotee of Bhagavan. So one day while Yadavacharya was that time the king's daughter got haunted by a Brahma Daitya. And then, so the king obviously called Yadavacharya that you come and cure my daughter. But so Yadavacharya went with Lakshmana. And when king prayed Yadavacharya, please do something, and he started chanting mantras from Vedas. And that Brahma Daitya laughed at Yadavacharya. What your mantras are going to do? You don't have power to take me out. So Yadavacharya was kind of offended and insulted in front of the assembly and in front of the king. So then he said, so what do we do? How will you go and how will you leave this body? So he said, give me Charnamrut of your disciple, Lakshman. And so Yadavacharya was kind of insulted and he was very upset with Lakshmana. But what to do? King's order. So he offered Charnamrut of Lakshmana, and then Brahmadaitya left that princess, and he got cured. Same day, same time, once when Lakshmana was serving his Gurudev, one of the other disciples came and asked him the meaning of shloka, Kapyasam. What is the meaning of Kapyasam? So Yadavacharya did the Vyakya as per Vedas or as per his guru, who is Shankaracharya. And he said Kapyasam is, so it is like comparison of Bhagavan's eyes with something. And Yadavacharya defined it as Bhagavan's eyes are like Kapi is a monkey and Asam is sitting area. So he said Bhagavan's eyes are like monkey's seat. So hearing that, Lakshmana started crying. While he was serving his Gurudev, Lakshmana started crying and his tears fell on Guru's body, and he said, why are you crying? He said, hearing your definition, I am so upset. this is totally wrong, and I think it's a aparat towards Bhagavan. How can Bhagavan's eyes be like monkeys see it? It's wrong definition. So he got angry on him. You are my disciple and you are questioning, or you are not listening to my definition. So Lakshmana said, then he said, if you know, then you tell me what is the definition. And then Lakshmana did the definition. He said, Kapi is sun, and Asam is sun when it soaks the water. So when sun soaks the water, what blossoms is a lotus. So Bhagavan's eyes are like lotus, and it has got a red tinge in the eyes. So he said this is the right definition, and Bhagavan's eyes can only be compared with lotus petals, not with monkey's teeth. So then his guru was very upset, and then he planned to kill him, took him in jungle. So it's a long story, but I stop at it. So there is a lot of learning in his whole lifetime, and there are quite a few pastimes how he got accepted by his Gurudev Rāmānujācārya, and then Rāmānujācārya had 3 desires. He was dead when Lakshmana approached him. Still he could understand what are his desires, and he promised that I will fulfill these 3 desires, and his 3 closed fingers got opened. So that's how this permanent relationship of real disciple and real Guru. So we can have a lot of learnings from Rāmānujācārya's lifetime. So today being the disappearance day of Rāmānujācārya, who is the Acharya of Sri Sampradaya, I just thought of sharing a couple of pastimes.
Very good. Panditji.
Panditji. Pitaji, Panditji.
Pitaji.
Maharaj, she also shared that incident when Rāmānujācārya gets that mantra and he shares that with the whole town. And
I'm coming to.
Oh. It's falling.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, welcome everyone, and thankful to Anant Prabhu and Mataji for hosting the program here. It's a very auspicious day, as we just heard. Disappearance day of Shri Rāmānujācārya. There are 4 bona fide sampradayas: Shri, Brahm, Rudra and Sanak. Try to hear this. Little philosophical, and there are so many beautiful pastimes and stories in this. If we don't focus on the philosophy, which is a very strong foundation. If the foundation is weak, you can't build house or a temple, whatever. Foundation has to be very strong. Bhakti, the moods in bhakti is very important. The sentiments are very important. But they should not be just backed by philosophical aspects. So philosophy is foundation. Beautiful house or the palace of the stories, or we say pastimes of the Lord. If we don't understand, just for instance, one example, if we don't understand, if we don't know Shri Ram is Supreme Lord, then how the emotions can develop in us, seeing that Shri Ram is bathing the lotus feet, bathing the feet of the rishis and munis. Or Shri Ram is reciprocating so much with the squirrel, as we heard yesterday. Or Ram is reciprocating so much. So why we understanding and we get emotions? Because with the foundation that Ram is supreme. If Ram is an ordinary person, how does this matter? Any person walking in the park, can pat on the squirrel. How does this matter? Understand? That's why this philosophy is very important foundation. There are 4 important sampradayas. Shri, Brahm, Rudra, Sanak Sampradaya.
बच्चों को अंदर बंद करो
तो ऊपर ही
नॉइस हो रही है बहुत
ऊपर
यहाँ पे रूम बंद हो जाएगा ना आपके यहाँ पे
डोर
ओके आ जाओ बच्चा आ जाओ हाँ Shri Sampradaya started beginning from Lakshmi Devi. Brahm Sampradaya starting from Brahmaji. Shri Brahm Rudra. Rudra Sampradaya starting from Shiva. And Sanak Sampradaya starting from the 4 Kumaras. And there are 4 Acharyas of these 4 Sampradaya. The Acharya of Shri Sampradaya is Shri Rāmānujācārya, whose disappearance is today. The Acharya of Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Madhvacharya, whose appearance was yesterday. We are following this Madhva line. If there is no lineage, understand? Lineage is so important, which is known as Guru Parampara. Just like your father, his father, his father, his father, his father. So legacy is getting parting on the next one. So Guru Parampara is also like this. And Sampradaya has to be backed with Guru Parampara. Our Sampradaya starts from Krishna, who gave mantra to Brahma. It's Krishna who gave mantra to Brahma. Which mantra? Cling. He gave the mantra cling with his flute. He initiated Brahma. And not only mantra, but he also gave Bhagavatam to Brahma. Srimad Bhagavatam. And then from Brahma it came to Naraji, from Narad to Vedvyasji, from Vedvyasji to Madhvacharyaji. So this is what our lineage is. Up till my Gurudev, and he gave this to me. Understand? Anyway, very detailed. Let's come to Shri Rāmānujācārya. Beautiful past stories in his life history, as we just heard Anand Prabhu mention. Rāmānuja means what? Ram Anuja. Anuja means younger brother. So Rāmānujācārya is not ordinary Acharya. It's Lakshman himself. Not the qualities of Lakshman in him, but Lakshman himself came as Rāmānujācārya. How glorious is Lakshman, we all know. In young age, very intellectual person. And he learned all the Shastras so quick. There was a very famous guru whose name was Yadvacharya, Yada Prakash. We just heard the story. So he was teaching so many boys, Gurukul. Amongst those boys, Rāmānujācārya was also one. So one day, Rāmānujācārya was massaging his back with oil, serving his Gurudev. Okay. Serving his Gurudev. And Yadav Prakash is describing, comparing the lotus eyes of the Lord. Kunti Devi in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. There's a first prayer in Srimad Bhagavatam by Kunti ji, the mother of Pandavas. And what description she is giving for the limbs of the Lord? Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline, Namo Pankaj Netraya, Namaste Pankaj Ange. Oh Krishna, your feet are like lotus. Your hands are like lotus. Your face is lotus. Your navel is lotus. Your eyes are lotus. Everything is lotus because it's the most beautiful object in this world. Very beautiful lotus. Have you seen lotus? Where? India? India we don't have lotus.
Assam?
Guyana.
Yeah.
In the country Guyana, goodness. These huge lotus flowers. Just lying here and there in the drains. Yeah, everywhere. Just like you see leaves falling here and there, the lotuses are everywhere there. Precise. And people there, they eat their meal on the, क्या बोलते हैं, पत्ता. Lotus leaves. That's their system.
In India, we eat on banana leaves.
On banana leaves can destroy so many reactions of bad constellations just by eating on the banana leaves. It's very, very auspicious. I don't know astrology, but Rahu something to do. If we eat on banana leaves, it just destroy all those bad reactions of the bad constellations. So, Sri Rāmānujācārya, while massaging the back of his Gurudev, Yada Prakash, who was not Vaishnav and was following Shankaracharya, speaking Mayavad philosophy, and is describing in Sanskrit. Oh, the eyes of the Lord is red, light red color, just like the back of the monkey. This is a comparison? The beauty of the Lord be compared to the back of the monkey? Rāmānujācārya heard this. His heart melted, tears in his eyes. What he's saying? The Lord is so beautiful. His eyes compared to back of the monkey, there is no other comparison left. And when his tears fell on the back of the Gurudev, Yada Prakash turned back. He said, "What happened? Why are you crying?" And all the boys were sitting there. He said, "Gurudev, that's not a good comparison. You know better than me. You know Shastras, you know Sanskrit. So you tell me." He got chastised. The Rāmānujācārya said, "Yes. Kapya asnam." Kapi in Sanskrit, Kapi means monkey. And asnam means the back of the monkey. But Sanskrit, in Sanskrit, one word can refers to many meanings. Just like one of the name of the Lord is Hari. Hari is who? Bhagwan, right? But Hari also applies to monkey. Hari also applies to lion. Many meanings. So Rāmānujācārya said, "Gurudev, Kapi means sun. Asna means one who evaporates water. And what blossom is? The lotus. With this. And that's why the eyes of the Lord are like lotus. Namo Pankaj Netraya. Lotus eye." All the boys sitting there, they were so impressed to hear this. Even he was impressed, but because of this ego that I am Guru, I know better than him. He said, "You know better than me? Go away." He got a little irritated. This happened. Another occasion, Prabhu already told. The king of that territory, his daughter got haunted by a ghost. And she was on a tree. The king requested Yada Prakash, who was very learned, "Gurudev, please come and help my daughter. She got haunted by a ghost, possessed by a ghost." Yada Prakash came there, along with his disciples. They say, "I'm going to chant mantras. Ghost, leave this body." Not ordinary ghost, Brahmadette. There are different levels of the ghost.
Highest level.
Highest level. They can also speak. They change different forms also. Brahmadette. Then the ghost said, "I don't believe in the potency of your mantras. Knowing mantra is different, but potency has to be there in the mantra. You know, just like if you go homeopathic shop, what is going to give you? The white granules only. So your medicine, his medicine, her medicine is same. No. That white granules are just like the base. But they're different medicines, the liquid which the doctor put in that with different potencies. Understand? Different potencies are there. So not that I know the mantra or you know the mantra and our potencies are same. It depends on our realizations and our staunch faith and our services that makes the potency higher and lower. Potency matters. Yada Prakash said, "I'm going to chant mantra." He said, "You have no potency in your mantra. So I'm not going to give up the body." Then king started crying and weeping. Please help me, Gurudev, please help me. The ghost said, but one of your disciples who's with you here, if you wash the feet of this disciple of yours, I'm very happily I can drink this and can leave the body. You wonder which disciple? Say Rāmānuja. So that's like insult in front of everyone. Guru has no importance, disciple has more importance. And Rāmānujācārya, he became so shy. What the ghost is saying? And literally they did that. And by drinking the Charnamrit, the ghost left his body. So king registered in his mind and he gave so much honor to Rāmānujācārya. Considering the situation, Guru Yadav Prakash became so much against and envious of his own disciple. So once upon a time, he planned a plot. I want to kill this boy because his fame is growing more and more. No one is going to worship me. I must kill him. With a couple of boys together, he said, let's go to Tirtha, pilgrimage. And in the middle of the forest, in those days, so Rāmānujācārya was like thousands years prior to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, almost 1200 years back. And we are going Shirangam, Hemant Prabhu. We are going Shirangam this year, March, after God Purnima. There's the temple of Sri Rāmānujācārya. And there's a deity of Sri Rāmānujācārya from 800 years back, 900 years back. Yes. Beautiful. And the pujaris who are serving the deity, if you go and ask them, they tell, sometimes nails comes out. The hairs comes out. They have to cut the nails and hairs. That deity was made in front of Sri Rāmānujācārya in his supervision. He himself manifested that deity. Because his disciples said, Gurudev, you're always preaching here and there, and we have some philosophical questions. To whom we going to consult? He said, don't worry, I'm going to put my deity here. You can ask the question. And once upon a time, there were so many Brahmins, scholars, Sanskrit scholars. South India likes full of scholars and Brahmins. That's my favorite place, South India. People are so polite, religious, pious. And that's the origin of Bhakti Devi. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, from where Bhakti Devi got birth? Karnataka. The appearance of Bhakti starts from Karnataka. Anyhow, that's a different. We'll hear in Bhagavad Saptah. So many things I'm leaving now.
Maharaji, I'm writing down.
You're writing now? You have to remind me. So, क्या बोल रहा था?
Karnataka, Bhakti Devi.
We're going to forest and we're going to kill this boy. So the cousin of Rāmānujācārya, Shalpurna, he heard this. His mother's sister, son. And he told Rāmānuja, there's a danger to your life. And he said, no, don't worry. I don't want to hear anything. And he's asking Kantimati, his mother, Mother, I want to go with all the boys, Gurukulis, and my Gurudev. Where are you going? Oh, all places of pilgrimage. No boy, you can't go. Mom, I want to go. She said, okay, but be careful. When they were walking in the forest, Gurudev was leading them and all the disciples were following him. And he wanted to go in the middle of the forest where there's no point of escape. And there, I want to kill this boy. But while Rāmānuja was following him, his cousin Shalpurna told him, your life is in danger because I heard them. There's a plot to kill you. So, don't follow your Guru. Just run away. Just go. Believe my words. Rāmānujācārya got alert and he changed his direction. And it was dark, he lost a direction. I'm speaking very fast, but there are so many details in the stories. He lost a direction. And after some hours, Yadav Prakash stopped and he's asking, where is Rāmānuja? And they said, we don't know. Everyone was just following you. He was so happy to hear. Maybe he's eaten by a lion or he's just dead. And I've got relief from doing one sin because I wanted to kill him. It's better he got finished in the forest. But Rāmānujācārya, he followed other direction and then he lost in the forest. Nowhere to go, I don't know where to go. Then he saw one couple, a hunter and his wife, dressed as a hunter and his wife. Rāmānujācārya asked, I want to go Kanchipuram. I want to go Kanchipuram, this is in South India. Very famous holy place where the Lord Varadaraj, very, very strong deity Varadaraj. They said, oh, we are also going Kanchipuram, but we are very thirsty. We are very thirsty. Can you help us to quench our thirst? He said, of course, but there is no pond here. They said, don't worry, boy. We know the direction way to Kanchipuram because we are also going there. Just follow us. So this couple, hunter and his wife, they're they're walking, and Rāmānujācārya is just following them. And after a while, they said, now we are tired. It's so dark. Can you get some water for us? Rāmānujācārya, he saw some birds flying over. And he understood, when the birds are there, that means some water is there. Yeah. So he brought water for that couple. He gave water to them. They were so satisfied, and then he also was tired, fell asleep. In the morning when he woke up, he saw a big dome of a temple with a flag. He said, I'm already in Kanchipuram. What is that miracle? Where that her couple gone? They don't understand anything, what's happening. So he ran to the temple because he lost his direction. When he came to the temple, he saw the pujari, the priest, who was a pure devotee of Lord. He used to speak with a deity. I forgot his name. Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram. Speaking with deity. And Rāmānujācārya said, I just lost direction. There was something happening. My life got saved. He said everything. The Kanchipuram said, don't worry, I know what happened to you. Did you give water to someone in the forest? He said, yes. There was a hunter and his wife. Kanchipuram said, no. They were Lakshmi Narayan. Lord Lakshmi Narayan came to help you. It was in tears. Really? The Lord came to help me? I'm so indebted to Him. My all life is for Him. Always. So Kanchipuram said, because the Lord is very happy and pleased because you gave water to them. This is your service. Fetch water every day from the pond and bring to the deity Varadaraj. And there were like so many stairs, like hundreds of stairs to walk. And Sri Rāmānujācārya was doing every day this seva for this. And after that, he came back to his mother. She said, how come you're here? Then he explained everything. This is what happened. So, in those days, the young ones getting married so quick. 9-10 साल की उम्र में शादी हो जाती है. So the mother married Rāmānujācārya, a beautiful girl. Even though he was not so much interested in Grahastha life, but he got married there. And meanwhile, what was happening? There was a big Acharya, very famous. His name was Rāmānujācārya. Rāmānujācārya. The parents of Rāmānujācārya, they were moving here and there on all the places of pilgrimage. When they came to Mathura, the mother gave birth to a boy, and because the boy got birth in Mathura on the bank of Jamuna, the name was given Rāmānujācārya. Big story, cut short. Rāmānujācārya was finding his successor. I want my successor. Who's going to be after me to look after the Sampradaya? Thousands of disciples, thousands of sannyasis. But I'm not confident in any of these. I'm looking for someone from my standard, from my angle, from my vision. And he heard a lot about Rāmānujācārya. So one day he was very sad, and his disciple asked, Gurudev, why are you so sad? He said, because I'm looking for my successor. And I heard and I feel so much about Rāmānujācārya. But how to bring him here? I don't know. I don't even want to reveal to him that I want to make him my successor. How all these things can be reconciled together? His disciple said, Gurudev, I will bring him here. But how? He said, leave everything on me. So he came to the village of Rāmānujācārya, and in the temple, in front of the deity, Narayan, he started reciting verses. Beautiful, beautiful Sanskrit verses. Rāmānujācārya was also there in the temple, and he heard this. He got so attracted. Who wrote those verses? So ornamented, beautiful verses describing the beauty of the Lord, the qualities of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord. And he approached the disciple of Rāmānujācārya with humble mood. Did you compose those verses? He said, no, my Gurudev. Beautiful ones. I never heard in my life. Can you take me to your Gurudev? I want to see him. And this was his mission. You know, it's a very long story. If I would have 3 hours, I could have explained in details. He said, yes, I can take you to my Gurudev. No issues. But you have to come right away. He said, yes, right away, without informing anyone. So they were on the chariot, and they came to this place, Srirangam. And when they arrived there, both of them, they arrived there, they saw big, huge crowd in the streets. And the disciple of Rāmānujācārya asked the local people, what happened? When I left, everything was fine. Why so many people on the in the streets? And they said, Gurudev, Rāmānujācārya left his body. Rāmānujācārya, when he heard this, his heart broke. That I have not even seen this personality, but just by hearing the verses, I got so attracted. I already accepted him, my Guru, already in my heart. I didn't tell this to anyone. This is called heart-to-heart relationship. Heart to heart. Just by, just like falling in love with someone. It happens. We hear Hari Katha, we chant, but all of a sudden, a sadhu comes in our life, and by hearing his mood and hearing his Katha, the heart gets attracted. And one feels, yes, he's the one who I was looking for, I was waiting for. It just comes spontaneously. It just comes spontaneously. When my Gurudev, he was preaching and traveling all over the world, people just got attracted. Just like they were waiting for ages. Just seeing him and his beautiful interactions, his warm, loving interactions, they just like finished. So impressed. This happens. When I saw my Guru Maharaj, first vision, I was not even aware. Somebody took me. Let's go and see a pure devotee of the Lord. And that time he was 98 years old. And he lived 102 years on this planet. Just when I saw him first time, he didn't know me, I didn't know him. But just first vision, bas, I already accepted him. He's the one I was looking for. But it took me some time to understand more. But the impression was deep in the heart. Bas. Rāmānujācārya heard this. And he was totally broken. Oh. Prior to even seeing him, he left this world. But one who was bringing Rāmānujācārya didn't told him that he wanted to make you his successor. That was a suspense. Understand? So Rāmānujācārya, they moved the crowd and they came to the big dais where Rāmānujācārya's divine body was being kept. Rāmānujācārya saw him first time. Oh, he's my Gurudev. And he left before me seeing him or speaking to him. So he asked permission from his senior devotees. Can I come close to him and touch his feet one time? And they were already aware of this, that our Gurudev wanted to make him successor. So nobody objected to him. When he came close, he paid obeisances, he touched his divine lotus feet. But he saw a surprise. Something unusual. His hands were closed like this, right? And with folded hand he said, if you give me your blessings, I want to preach Vaishnavism. When he expressed this, one finger opened. That means he is still present. I want to write commentary on Vedanta Sutra with your blessings. Another finger opened. Means sanction. Even in that state, when he left his body externally, but he was still there. From the vision of everyone, he already left his world, but he was still there. And I want to do Vaishnav Seva. Ye tha? Finger open. 3 finger open. And everyone saw this miracle. They all took him as their Gurudev, Rāmānujācārya, because they see this. They saw this. They are seeing this. That what is this miracle happening? He had 3 desires and 3 fingers open. As next Guru, successor. But he was so shy and saying, I'm so new. I don't know. You are so seniors. You served Gurudev so much. I'm just a new person. He said, no. Then they revealed that our Gurudev Rāmānujācārya wanted to make you successor. He was in tears and crying and weeping, oh my Lord, I don't know why me. What is that special in me? I don't know. So, again short, he started serving everyone. His godbrothers, senior godbrothers, serving everyone. Politely, humble, learning from them more and more and more and more. Even though they were seniors, but he is special. And therefore, he wanted to think is incomplete. So he approached one of his senior disciple of Rāmānujācārya. Prabhu, please give me Diksha mantras. He said, okay, sit down. And he said, I'm so blessed today, I got Diksha mantra. But any regulations to follow? He said, yes. Don't give this mantra to anyone. You have to follow this strictly. And he paid obeisances. Thank you so much. He came out and he stood on one pillar and called upon all villagers. Everyone, come here. Come here. Repeat after me. This. He openly gave mantra. Public. Openly. Make everyone his disciple. Then devotees got so upset. He offended his Guru. This was the regulation given to him. A restriction given to him. They complained to Gurudev. Gurudev became so upset. Even though godbrother, but his Gurudev was so upset. He said, call Rāmānuja. Rāmānuja came. You offended me. Didn't I told you not to give this mantra to anyone? This is secret mantra. He said, yes, Gurudev, I'm fully aware of this. He said, you know the consequence? He said, very well. I know I'm going to hell for this. So you're not scared? He said, not at all. But I want to ask one question to you. What is the benefit if someone chants this mantra? This mantra is so powerful. Anyone who chants this mantra immediately can go to Vaikuntha. He said, Gurudev, that's my answer to your question. Only I will go to hell, but all these people will go to Vaikuntha. I'm ready to suffer for all these people. Understand? By chanting this mantra, they will all go to Vaikuntha to serve the Lord, but only I will go to hell. I'm ready for this suffering. Hearing this, the Guru was so amazed. You have so much concern for the people in masses? Then he recalled, yes, that's why my Gurudev wanted to make you a successor. He saw these qualities in you. You know, that's the quality of Vaishnavas. They want to suffer alone, but they want to give happiness to everyone. You know, if it is dark in the night, dark room, 12 o'clock, midnight, no light, there's one lamp. If you light one lamp, the lamp is burning but giving light to everyone else. So someone has to sacrifice for the benefit of others. But disclaimer, don't apply this. Giving mantras in the street, hey, come here. This is the mantra and you get initiation. It's not like this. It's a very, very special case. Sri Rāmānujācārya, he impressed everyone with his humble services and his humility towards his Guru Rāmānujācārya. And then he started making disciples. And amongst all the disciples, there is one Quresh. Very, very powerful, very, very intellectual. Quresh. Time bhi ho gaya. Let us hear this pastime and then we end up. Because we have very early program, 5 p.m. today. Sunday is Hari Katha day. The king of the territory where Rāmānujācārya was preaching, he was Shaivite. He was promoting worship of Shiva. But Rāmānujācārya promoting worship of Lakshmi Narayan. So he threatened him so many times. Stop this preaching. Preach only about Shiva. But Rāmānujācārya said, no. I'm only going to preach about Lakshmi Narayan, my Ishta, my worshipable. So the king announced to his guards, arrest Rāmānuja and I want to punish him, sentenced to death. The disciple Quresh, he heard this. And what he did? Something so astonishing. He came to his Gurudev and forcefully took him in a room, bind him in the room and took out his clothes, his sannyas clothes. And he was wearing white clothes. He put his white clothes on his Gurudev and took his sannyas clothes on him. And he came out in open. While he was doing this, his Gurudev was chastising him. What are you doing? Just by wearing my clothes, you think you will become sannyasi? And he said, Gurudev, similarly, if you put my white clothes, you will not become grasta. No, you're offending me. He said, please, don't say anything. I know what I'm doing. But this is offense. How can you bind me like this? And in this way, Quresh didn't say anything. He just came out in open. And the guards of the king, they saw saffron cloths. He's the sannyasi, means he has to be Rāmānuja. And they asked, are you Rāmānuja? He said, yes. Arrest him. And brought to the king. King said, I want to punish him in front of all my subjects. Call everyone. I want to punish him. In front of everyone, king gave a declaration. Take his both eyes out. I don't want to kill him because in the past he helped me. When my daughter got possessed by a ghost, he helped my daughter. That's why I changed my decision. I don't want to kill him, but make him blind. Bring 2 sharp weapons and take his knife and take his eyes out. And actually they did like that. 2 sharp knife kind of thing, and they plucked his eyes out in front of everyone. And what Quraysh was doing, when he got blind and blood was coming from his eyes, he's catching hold of the feet of those soldiers, guards, with this emotion that thank you so much. My life was waste, was of no use. But by taking my eyes out, you helped me in service to my Gurudev. You helped me in serving my Gurudev, because now I feel so proud that I saved the life of my Gurudev. What can be more big service than this? So I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful. The king said, throw him out from the territory. Quraysh was thrown out from the territory, thinking he's Rāmānuja. And now he's blind, falling here and there, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. Finally, after months and months of walking in the forest by himself, no one to help him, guide him, he came to Kanchipuram, to Varadaraj. And he got shelter in that temple. And there he started singing for the Lord. That was his seva. He can't bring water anymore because he can't see. And he used to sing. And after months, Rāmānujācārya, the Guru Rāmānujācārya, he came to know why Quraysh exchanged my clothes. He saved my life and put his life in danger because of me. And he lost his eyes because of me. When understanding this, realizing this, Gurudev Rāmānujācārya started weeping and crying so bad. And calling out, Quraysh, why you did this? Quraysh, why you did this? Why you sacrifice your life for me? You are so close to me, you're my best one. Why you did this to me? You could have told me why you did this. Where I'm going to find now? Giving up his life to serve Gurudev. We can't even sacrifice something for Gurudev. He's still holding back so many things. Can't sacrifice. And he is giving his life. But more than life is giving his eyes. He can't see anymore. Now Sri Rāmānujācārya alone, he started in search of Rāmānujācārya, his disciple Quraysh. Again, for weeks and weeks, walking in the forest, going all the holy places, not finding Quraysh. Imagine, a disciple go in search of Guru. Now Guru is going in search for his disciple. And while arriving in Kanchipuram, he heard someone singing. When Rāmānujācārya entered in the temple, he got a clue. He's Quraysh. And he called, Quraysh! And Quraysh heard the words of his Gurudev. And he turned back. No eyes. Rāmānujācārya was burst into tears, seeing Quraysh in this state after months of search. He came running, Quraysh, 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 and he gave a very warm embrace to him. Why you did this to me? Chastising but also crying. Why you did this? But don't worry, I'm here now to look after you. I'm giving you 2 boons. You can ask right in front of me, you can ask 2 boons from the Lord. I'm giving you these 2 divine boons. Quraysh turned back, seeing, he can't see the Lord, but he faced towards the Lord. And he said, Oh Lord, to give me 2 boons. In 1 boon, I'm begging to you, please don't punish those guards who took him to get very bad reactions. And if I become the cause of this, I can't tolerate this. Please excuse them. That's my boon. I'm asking from you. Please excuse them. Don't punish them, but give your bhakti to them. In my second boon, that king who ordered to punish me, please excuse him. Don't punish him. Give him bhakti. No? Even when Jesus was crucified, what he said? God, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. That's the nature. That's the nature of Vaishnavas. Oh God, forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. Forgiveness is the nature of the Vaishnavas. In this way, Rāmānujācārya became more upset. I infuse all potencies in this two books. Why are you making me so restless? And why are you troubling me so much? Now I'm asking on your behalf. Lord Varadaraj, give my disciple divine eyes. And from the eyes of the Lord, the light came from the eyes of the Lord into the eyes of the Quraysh. And he got divine eyes. When he got divine eyes, he closed his eyes. He didn't want you to see the Lord. He turned back and he saw the lotus feet of his Gurudev and touched his hand. With his divine eyes, first of all, I just want to see the feet of my Gurudev. Then he turned around and he's adoring the beauty. Wow. Lord Varadaraj is so beautiful. In this way, Quraysh and Rāmānujācārya both, they started traveling. And the promise Rāmānujācārya gave to his Gurudev, I want to write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So he came to Kashmir. क्या पीठ है वहाँ? शारदा पीठ. He requested those priests there, can you give me that Vedanta Sutra? They knew very well, if Rāmānuja will get this, he's going to refute all Mayavad philosophy. So Rāmānujācārya, when he was seeing this, it got stolen overnight. In those days, there was no one. And it got stolen overnight. Now he's lamenting so much, that Vedanta Sutra is lost. It's lost. And I gave promise to my Gurudev. I'm going to write commentaries on that. Bodhayan Bhashya. What I'm going to do now? I think I should end up my life. But Quraysh said, Gurudev, why are you lamenting? What happened? Why are you so sad? And he described this, what happened. He said, don't worry. I read this and I memorized this. The whole 550 sutras. In a couple of hours, he memorized. He said, I can write down. We don't even remember what we ate 3 days back. And he memorized everything. Why? How? Infusion of potency. Potency of Shri Guru. It gives miracles. Mukam karoti vachalam pangu lange te girim. A dumb person can start speaking. A lame person can cross mountains if the infusion of potency energy is there by Guru and Bhagwan. The potency of Bhagwan follows the potency of Guru first. Unless we get stamped by Shri Guru, Bhagwan is far. And this is experience of thousands of devotees. They were also chanting before. But it made so much difference after they got the same name, the same mantra from Shri Guru. The perception changed, the conception changed. Because this is not just, oh, Guruji is giving me mantra and I received in my ears and it's done. It's something, what is that? It's very simple. No, Baba, it's not simple. There's infusion of energy, the infusion of potency. That potency start working then. And every person thinks, one who can realize this can think, it's a miracle in my life, a changing point, turning point in my life. And I'm the best example of this. I'm speaking in front of all of you. In India I speak, I'm just not showing off. Please don't take me otherwise. In India, in Bhagavad Sapta, I speak in front of 1,000 people, looking in their eyes. I don't feel anything. But before I met my Gurudev, before I served him, I was not even, I can't even see a one person in front of me. I can speak anything to that person. Such big transition. It's not about show off. Don't take me wrong. But I'm just telling you a practical example in front of you. I never ever think of singing and speaking. That was not my nature. I can't look in one person's eye and speak something. But I can boldly say this. If you sincerely and honestly serve your Guru with your emotions, with your heart, you will see change in your life. I've seen this. The practical example of this. Now I don't care. I want 10,000 people to sit in front of me. Why only 500 and 1,000? I don't feel anything now. Why it happens? And how it happens? That's called blessings. Infusion of some potency, some energy for serving Him, not to enjoy. For serving the Lord. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj used to say, when you need something to serve the Lord, He will supply everything to you. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he came to New York, what he was having? He was having the infusion of the potency in him. The potency he was carrying with him. That potency works. His Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, infused in him. That potency was working. And you see the miracle happen in all world. This is what happens. They are our acharyas, they are our gurujans. We can only progress by serving them. There is no other way out. There is no shortcuts here. We can shortcut Hari Katha, but there is no shortcut in life. Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. क्या मतलब? Only Guru Kripa is everything in spiritual life. Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. And that comes when the heart melts. And when the heart melts, when my Gurudev sees how I am honestly serving him. And service means, if you're not ready to sacrifice, you can't develop love. Love demands. So, there are many more stories. Sri Rāmānujācārya, on this special tithi, Disappearance Day, we pay humble obeisances as His divine lotus feet, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took two aspects from Sri Sampradaya, Rāmānujācārya Sampradaya. And one is Vaishnav Seva. Mahaprabhu met Nimbaditya in Navdeep Dham. And he said, Nimbaditya, I'm going to take two aspects from each, four of you, to include in our system. So from Sri Rāmānujācārya he got one, Vaishnav Seva. Most important. Because Sri Rāmānujācārya, he established Vaishnava Seva. He served all his god brothers. So much humility and humble mood. Once upon a time, his Gurudev came, Rāmānujācārya Gurudev came and paid flight obeisances to him. And he kept quiet, just sitting like this. And others were watching this. They say, what is this? His Gurudev is paying obeisances to him and he's just sitting like this without any movements. So when Gurudev left in his own room, then devotees went to him. Why you paid obeisances to your own disciple? So his Gurudev, Diksha Gurudev replied, because even though I gave him Diksha, but I am his godmother. But he was so dear to my Guru Maharaj, Rāmānujācārya. I see my Guru in him. That's why I paid obeisances to him. Then those devotees came to Rāmānujācārya and asked him, your Gurudev was paying obeisances to him. What? It's not that you're supposed to stand up and pay obeisances. He said, no. Why? He said, because my Guruji is teaching me how to pay obeisances. And I was noticing this, watching this, to learn. I don't want to interrupt him. I don't want to interrupt him how he's teaching me. I was learning from him how to actually pay obeisances. You know, paying obeisances is art. And my Gurudev corrected me one time like this. I was wrong. You know, obeisances means for the female, just half, and for the male, totally like on the ground, with all the limbs touching the ground. And I was like, not complete. My hands were in my stomach like this. And Gurudev said, you won't get result. Unless your hands should touch on the ground, your chest should touch on the ground, your thighs, your feet should touch on the ground, and with your words you're glorifying, and with your mind focus on me. This is called Shashtang Parnam. Then you get, not just randomly falling on the ground and you're saying obeisance is over. That's like a formal thing. So Rāmānujācārya said, my Guruji is teaching me. And that's why I don't want to interrupt him in his teaching. But I'm going to follow the same standard now. So many stories there in Rāmānujācārya's life history. Gaur Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chalo. Anantacharya. Rāmānujācārya. Shri Rāmānujācārya ji ki jai. Hare Krishna. What's the next plan?
So, Maharaji, can I speak?
Huh? Yes.
So today's Harikatha would be the last, and it's at, we're going to start slightly early at 5 o'clock today with bhajans. And then we were trying to get, maybe we can hear slightly longer Harikatha. That's why we're starting early and Maharaji leaves tomorrow morning. So 5 to 6, so the 6 15 bhajans, and then 6:15 to 7:30, so Harikatha, and then Prasad, and then tomorrow is Ekadashi. So have nice Prasad today, make sure you're full. Yeah, and keep Ekadashi tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow is Ekadashi, no?
Tomorrow is Ekadashi, yes.
We need a lot of energy tomorrow.
Yes. And there's another announcement. We have a celebration today. Sri Radharani Mataji had been personally inspired by Maharaji for a few years now. She expressed interest and her love and affection to me for almost 2 years approximately. And this time she approached Maharaji and asked for more guidance and Diksha. They talked a couple of days ago in the morning. Maharaji got, information about her, what's her bhakti, what's her process, what's she doing, gave her instructions, and then gave her time to think about if Maharaji is going to be, the guru that she wants. And today morning, she, came prepared, showered, get shampooed, and took Diksha mantras from Srila Maharaji. So Radharani Mataji ki
Please continue with the same name.
Yes,
Please continue with the same name.
because today was already, so there. So Maharaj.
उनको दे दो.
Maharaj, I can also say something about Radharani Mataji. So when we moved, when Kishori came to Seattle, and she was looking for, in fact, somebody who can connect us to the Sangha here. Radharani Mataji was.
Thank you so much.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Очень хорошо.
Her humble attitude is
Humble.
That's the story of every family.
That's a different story.